It's true, you do remember snatches of your life, very clearly too. For Ruth Callan, 48, it was Armistice Day. Which one? It didn't matter. It happened every Armistice Day. Papa drunk, reliving his moment of glory in World War I, putting Mama through the manual of arms early in the morning while the neighbors laughed. Left, east, right, east, present, half. And Mama presenting her broom like any good soldier. When the saloons opened, Papa discharged Mama from the army and hurried off. At 48 and about to die, Ruth Callan felt her mother's hot tears on her own head and the whimpering voice whispering, "Why didn't the Lord kill me while I was young so I could die happy?"
To do. Try talking to her some more. I did. Now look where she is. I don't want this on my head if she goes. Talk to her. Miss Callan, I'm pleading with you. Don't.
A minute ago, I was talking to God. You're not him.
I'm still a couple of ranks below that.
You can say that again, Bucko. And you're gonna find out. Now, who's gonna take me to the psycho ward? You're a bachelor.
Huh?
Your socks don't match.
Ruth Callan, Lieutenant. I'm sure you must have run across her name someplace.
I didn't know it was that Ruth Callan. How did she happen to come up here?
Probably flashed her police badge. She's the kind of woman nobody questions.
So I've heard. Well, did she come up here to jump or what?
To see me, she said. Like she was a long-lost friend.
Isn't this kind of an odd place to greet old friends?
The only thing I ever did was send her a Christmas card 3 years ago.
And you haven't seen her since?
Just that one time. I was sent over to check out a complaint with her. She was in charge of the street zoning at the traffic bureau. You know, people would come to her and ask for a traffic light at their corner or Play Street. I watched her handle some of those people. Some of them couldn't even speak English.
Who sent you to see her?
Now, let me tell you something, Lieutenant. If the city were her own personal property, she couldn't have been any rougher on it.
You said you were sent over to see her to check a complaint. Now, who sent you to see her?
The precinct did.
What precinct?
I used to be on the force, Lieutenant.
You were on the police force? Well, why are you off the force now?
I make more money as an iron worker. I've got 4 kids, Lieutenant.
They'll only hold you overnight. Tomorrow morning we'll take you to court. Disorderly conduct. Smoke?
Thanks. What are you afraid of?
High places.
Miss Callan. Now, technically, you're under arrest. And
Let's go. Take me to detention. Let's get it over with.
there's a woman who'd give orders on her deathbed. You can say that again.
Why doesn't he wait till he talks to her before he makes a crack like that? What kind of a psychiatrist is he anyway?
Are you washing the dishes or breaking the dishes?
Go ahead, Mama. Tell me how you got the dishes when you married Papa.
Watch what you say about Papa.
Who said anything about Papa?
You say about Papa.
No, I didn't say anything about Papa. I said about the dishes.
Papa bought me those dishes. If you break one of those dishes, I break your head. That is the big plate. If you break that big plate, you break my heart.
Mama, I'm not going to break the big plate. Why do you put ideas into my head?
Because I am the mother, you're the son. I know, Frank, that something bother you. But what bother you, Frank?
Mama, nothing is bothering me.
I know what's the matter with you, Frank. I'm an old woman. I know you're working all day hard to catch a crook. And when you come home in the nighttime, you need a wife. Why don't you get a wife? All right. You come to your brother's anniversary, all alone, and you dance with the little children like an old man. Why don't you get a wife?
Mama!
Why you break Papa?
Mama! Because you put the idea into my head.
I say pazzo.
The
I put in your
pazzo.
head. You have to break Papa plate.
Yeah, if you hadn't said
No,
don't
I
break
say
the plate.
you get the wife and break her plate, not
Mama,
my
let me
plate.
tell Mama! If I wanted a wife, I could go and get a wife. I know I'm ugly, but I am not that ugly.
You're not ugly. You're a good-looking boy, Frank. A good-looking boy.
What do you want?
Police.
Oh, the gown, huh? My daughter's gonna be married, so I took it out to fix it up. Well, we all change, don't we?
Well, it still looks good. I came to ask you a few questions about Miss Ruth Callan.
Sure. She lives here. What about her? She ain't home.
Yeah, well, I know. Well, you see, she applied for a job in a police matron's department, and we like to check out all applications.
What do you mean she applied? She retired 6 months ago from the traffic department. She want to work some more?
Some people like to work. You know how it is.
Yeah. They ain't got no friends and nothing to do, that's who. She's always so big. All these years. Well, she'll find out what it is to be so big. She ought to meet that fella that's gonna be my son-in-law. Boy, he don't have to beat the respect out of people. He gets it.
She has no friends?
Oh, I ain't seen any.
Well, what about relatives?
I ain't seen any of them either. You really like this gown?
Well, it's beautiful. But what does she do with herself all day?
Well, she probably sits. She can't stand all day.
No, but I mean where?
Where? In her apartment. She pays the rent.
You talk like you don't like her.
So that's the way I talk.
But why? She seems like a very lonely person.
Yeah, well, maybe she deserves to be.
Maybe you didn't try to find out what she's really like.
After 12 years, I know what she's like.
But look, if she's like you make her out, she wouldn't have been able to hold her job for so long. Now, to handle people's complaints takes a very special kind of person.
Special's right. Handling people like they were dirt or something.
Now, look, lady, I didn't come here to get your personal opinion. I came here to get some details about...
All right, I'll give you some details. Like the day a package arrives for her and she's out and I do her a favor. I open the door and I put the package inside. That other people would thank me for. And what does she do? Who gave you the right to go in my apartment when I'm not there? She hollers at me like I'm stealing or something. That fat old crank, she couldn't say a nice word if it killed her. She ought to jump off a bridge.
Look, lady, with a mouth like yours, I wouldn't let you in any place of mine either. And that gown, it fits like a banana peel on a grapefruit.
Morning, Lieutenant.
What's going on? How come we didn't get the psycho report?
Well, Dr. Phelan is here. They got in touch with our office this morning before court, and we thought...
I've got the arresting officers here. I don't care how much pull she's got. We took our lives in our hands just because she used to work for the city.
How is she?
Shut up, will you? Now, I got a statement to make. If the DA's office doesn't respect a police arrest...
Will you listen to me for a minute, Lieutenant?
What about the threats she made when we hauled her in?
Mike, when do we hear him out?
Nobody's dropping the disorderly conduct charges against her, Mike. It's just that the judge wants to settle this in his chambers.
Chambers? Why?
Well, there are extenuating circumstances, Lieutenant. Now, the judge is waiting.
Oh, sit down, Lieutenant.
We're all here, Your Honor.
Lieutenant, I'll tell you why I asked to have you all in here. I want to spare Miss Callan an open hearing because of the motivations that drove her on impulse to attempt to take her life. According to the psychiatric reports, Miss Callan is as sane as any of us. However, we all have our breaking points, and hers came yesterday when she was informed by her physicians that a blood condition gives her a life expectancy of very brief duration. Of course, medicine is not infallible. Miracles have been known to occur even when doctors say things like 4 to 6 months. Well, none of us really know I thought, Lieutenant, that a suspended sentence might be agreeable to all concerned. Thank you, Lieutenant. Of course, Miss Callan, even under these circumstances, there was no reason to make threats at the police. They were just doing their duty. I'm sure you understand.
I'm sure, Your Honor, my client understands that and regrets the threats.
Well, that's about it.
twice now, Lieutenant. You're a real-life detective, aren't you? You think it was easy to get out on that girder or sit in that office? I warned you, Bucko. God gives life, and he takes it. Now we'll see how well you can take it.
Just the way you like it, Lieutenant. A pound of rare heaven.
I didn't have any lunch today. Something took my appetite.
Probably something on your mind. Glad it's all gone now. Eat heartily, Lieutenant.
Is this all right?
This'll be just right. I'd like some soup, some chicken broth would be nice.
But he didn't even touch his steak at all.
That's not true. He had one bite.
Come on, my boy. Get us a strike. Even a spare will do it. That's it, my boy. An easy spare. All you gotta do is relax, my boy. Relax, my boy. My boy, what happened? I said relax.
You shouldn't try to bowl on an empty stomach, Lieutenant.
She's still sitting there, Mike. I think you're letting her get on your nerves.
I guess that's right, Detective Flint.
Well, you gotta consider her condition.
Nobody's considering my condition, Detective Flint.
She'll give up after a while. She's only been there for a week.
Let me tell you this. I've had it. I've had it. Why am I telling you? Because you're with the DA's office. I know she's dying, but she's not going to take me with her. And I don't need anything from you. Here's what I'm going to do. If she don't clear out of here and get off my neck, I'm going to throw her in the can as a public nuisance and leave her there. That's what I'm going to do.
Come on, let's go.
I'm waiting for him.
You are not waiting for him. Come on, let's go.
He sent you.
Nobody sent me. Come on, come on. Come on, let's go.
Okay, Bucko, I'll see you tomorrow. Where are we going?
anywhere you like.
Take me to a bar.
What'll it be?
You order for me.
A beer? Well, a beer for me, a whiskey and soda for the lady?
No, that's too... Give me something fancy. I know. Give me a daiquiri. I never had one.
I'm the beer type. Ain't hard to tell, I guess.
Why'd you rush me out of the station house?
Well, you were beginning to get him nervous. Now, he's a nice guy, but you were beginning to get on his nerves, and he might do something that you'd be sorry for, both of you.
There we are.
Oh. Thanks.
That'll be $1.30.
Oh, don't pay him yet. I'd like another one, please.
I guess things as they are, drinking helps, huh?
That's the first drink I had in my life. This is the first bar I was ever in my life. How are your socks today?
Huh?
How are your socks today?
I think they match.
It's going to be hard now for a woman to tell you're single. Thanks. I like these.
So I've noticed. We have some sandwiches in case you need them.
Yeah, thanks.
If you don't mind. Just a little bit more. Why do you look so sad, Bucko?
Sad? That's my normal face.
I wouldn't call that normal. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. It's just things come out of me that way.
That's okay.
No, it's not okay. Things didn't used to come out of me that way.
I said it was okay.
It's not okay. You know it. It's not okay, Arcaro, and we both know it. As a matter of fact, you got a nice face. Nice, comfortable, beat-around face. I mean that.
Thanks.
Thanks. That's all you gotta say? Thanks. That's all. Thanks, that's all he said. That's all he said in my arms, thanks. And then he shut his eyes, and all that was left to me in the whole world was that word. Kill me while I'm young so I can die happy. Thanks for the theme song, Mama. Oh, God, I hate that word. Thanks. He said that. Who killed him? People killed him and me both. Did you know people kill people they don't even know? Any of you know that? It's true. He had a nice, comfortable, beat-around face. And he was young, too. It was 25 years ago. God, that's a long, long time. It was 2 days before he was to leave the force. 1 week before his law degree. That night. It was depression, so he became a cop. But he wasn't cut out for it, really. He was more like a student. The law. So the first day on the force, they put him on 10th Avenue. Hell's Kitchen. Walking up and down. Up and down. My love is walking up and down 10th Avenue. Well, it was night and some creature in a greasy housecoat and a bleached hair done up and curlers comes running up to him and says, Officer, officer, there's a sick boy in my apartment. So he figures a sick bird is a sick person because that's how they talk around there. And he thought, oh, I must get to know the way they talk. And so he called up the desk and had them send over an ambulance. And when he got up to her apartment, guess what was up there? A sick bird. A parrot. Isn't that funny? An ambulance for a parrot. You scream.
How did he die?
My love was walking up and down. Thank you, Mama, for the theme song.
How did he die?
People kill people they don't even know. That's the funniest part of all. Arcaro, with the face. He died by the hands of the parrot. Anybody know parrots? They have guns and they shoot people. They suspect they're taking their old blonde hags away from him. She had a lover off the docks. 3 years later, she threw him out. And the parrot along with him. So he wanted to kill somebody. So there he was. The parrot in one hand, the gun in the other, and he shot my love. Walking down 10th Avenue. 2 days before he left the force. A week before his law degree. A month before our marriage. And a year before I would have had a baby. It is so funny I could scream. Arcaro, a long, long scream.
Everybody dies sometime.
You think I'm crying because I have to die? I'm crying because I haven't lived.
We'll need the records and documents by the time recess is over. Got it? Got it. Oh, lend me a dime. I've got a call I've got to make. Thanks. Mike, we've got a recess, and I've got you on my list to call. Listen, I haven't heard any more from you about Ruth Callan. Is she still bothering you?
Oh, I was going to call you. Sorry I blew my stack on the phone with you that day, but she was really getting to me. No, never did come back. Yeah? Me too. Well, that's the way the dice fall. Thanks for calling.
Here's a coroner's report in that Mannerheim DOA. Sounds like my phone.
Frank, on the Mannerheim case, there's a ballistics question. I want you to get everything else out of your mind. There may be a gang war in the making.
Yes, sir. I'll get right on it. I'll take everything else off my mind.
What is that?
Coney Island. Souvenirs.
Monkeys holding hands?
If they hold hands, they can't throw coconuts at each other.
Ruth, we 25 years.
What are you going to do with that big check?
Live it up?
We found a couple of your things. They're in file cabinet C under your name.
Oh, thanks.
Look, mister, 5 years we've been coming here. We're not asking for Madison Square Garden, just the street.
Madam, we've tried to explain traffic conditions.
23 blocks to the nearest playground. Now, if we had sports cars, we'd drive there.
I told you over and over again, you just can't make a play street without considering the total city pattern.
What's more important, our kids or the total city patterns? 5 years.
If you've been turned down 5 years, it's because we can't do it.
Doesn't it ever bother you, mister?
Doesn't what ever bother me?
That you're nothing but a rubber stamp?
Without a heart, like that woman who used to work here?
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Now, what do you think? We come down here for our health, for a vacation?
We come for our kids.
I've got kids just like you have.
Oh, and what do your kids think of you, mister? What will your kids boast about you when you're passed on? That he had a father that got paid all his life for saying no? That he had a father that thought more of kids,
I'll
cars,
worry
than kids?
about my own kids, thank you. Besides, I'm not ready to die.
Jimmy, get away from her! She's the other one!
Miss Callan, I didn't see you there.
You got feet like me.
Hey, Grandma, where's Uncle Frank? Uncle Frank always dances with us.
Uncle Frank, maybe in some restaurant break of the dishes.
Hey, Grandma, look. Here's Uncle Frank. He's got a girl. She's no girl. She's a lady. Hey, Uncle Frank.
Hey,
Uncle Frank.
Yes, how are you? Good to see you. Hi, darling. Hi, darling. Mama, this is Ruth Callan. Mama.
Glad to meet you.
Hi, Mama. Hey, what's the matter with me? It's my brother, my sister-in-law. There's a baby factory. It's their anniversary.
Hey, how about I get the first dance?
And Uncle Frank dances with me.
Later on. Tonight, I'm with the grown-ups. Scusate, Mama.
She's nice.
What do you think of her, Mama?
Irish.
You're all alike. Butter wouldn't melt in your mouth. You're rotten holier than thou people. Lush. Living on the city's money. You think I was sleeping in there? I was crying my eyes out in there. Holier than thou rotten people, dead people, hurting my daughter. Telling her 4 days before the wedding that the wedding's off. And I can't wear my gown. Why? She made a few mistakes in her life. And he found out. All the years you lived here, did you even wonder about my life? No. Don't go in my apartment. Don't touch me. Dead people who don't feel anything and don't forgive. You live 150 years, what difference does it make? Holier than thou people. What have any of you ever done for the human race? Who's ever touched you and who you touched? What are you gonna leave behind when you go? Even what mistakes have you made that anybody can learn from? Holier than thou people, who's gonna miss you?
The tougher they are, the harder they fall.
Oh, it's my brother's anniversary.
Sure. 65th Squad, Detective Flynn. Yeah, right away. Frank.
Yeah.
What color is your brother's hair?
What is this all about?
The usual, love.
Miss Callan. Listen, Miss Callan. Like some of the things that I said last night, I didn't mean them to come out so nasty. I just want to say that it ain't easy with a daughter like mine. Well, it ain't her fault that she got that way. Miss Callan, you looked a little sick to me last night. Maybe I came on too hard. Miss Callan.
What do you mean your beat has been changed, Winters? Was your beat yesterday and the day before and the day before that? What's the matter? You suffering from morning headaches or something? Of course I got a precinct map right here in front of me. Look, if there's a Play Street sign there, then of course it's a Play Street. Look, it's a Play Street today, it was a Play Street yesterday and the day before. Look, Winters, you better get your eyes examined. 165th Street and Nelson Avenue. Of course I checked. I'm double checking to make sure. What do you mean, no? He says there's a Play Street sign there, the kids are playing, and the traffic is all snarled up.
There's no Play Street indicated here, Mike.
Look, will you stop squawking in my ear? If the traffic is all snarled up, get out there and direct it.
You want me to check out the traffic bureau?
Get Frank on the phone to Center Street.
What if both of them don't know anything about it?
What would you do if there were cows flying around out there?
I'd duck. And what were you going to say?
Never mind. Wise guy. Everybody running around trying to stick a needle in a friend.
play street yesterday. You better get your rise examined. Get in that car and get out of here. Hey, come on now. What's going on? I'm ordering you. You, Hartle. You're in trouble, man. I'm in trouble.
I don't care who you are, all of you. I got a permit to go into any play street.
This is not a play street.
What do you mean this is not a play street? Oh, you better have your eyes examined.
What kind of a crack is that? Roll that play street sign out of there and get the traffic moving.
Leave that sign where it is. That sign stays where it is, or my name isn't Ruth Callan.
Get that play street sign out of here, even if you have to arrest Miss Callan.
Mike.
People can't go around taking the law of the city in their own hands.
This area needs a play street, and I'm going to see that it gets one.
Miss Callan, come off it. You know and I know. 4,300 cars pass that corner every...
Not anymore.
Mike, it's the police commissioner.
You know what that means.
This sign is going to stay here if I have to stand here and... I mean it, Frank!
Frank?
Yeah, Mike, there's something I want to talk to you about. Well, you remember the monkeys from Coney Island?
The monkeys from Coney Island?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Souvenirs. The good times we had.
Frank, I'm going to have to take you to the police psychiatrist.
Come on, let the police commissioner through here. Come on.
Mike, you know how it is. Mike, Frank, and Miss Callan.
Well, Lieutenant, what's going on here?
Commissioner, can't we go somewhere where it's quiet and talk this over, huh?
All right, let's.
A little further. Just a little further.
What is it, Frank? Where are you taking me? I'll kill you if you look so sad.
Sad? Me?
Frank, to learn to live like a woman and to leave something behind people will enjoy, that's all anybody could ask for.
are 8 million stories in the naked city. This has been one.
This has been a Screen Gems film presentation. Herbert B. Leonard, executive producer.